Hello students, welcome to PNMRC e-learning classes. Today I am going to explain you chapter number 5 from your Flamingo text, Indigo, written by Louis Fisher. Now let us understand about the author. Louis Fisher was an American journalist. He wrote the biography of Mahatma Gandhi entitled The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. Indigo is an excerpt from this book, widely acknowledged as one of the best books written on Gandhi. Now let us understand the introduction. The story is based on the interview taken by Louis Fisher of Mahatma Gandhi. In order to write on him, he had visited him in 1942 at his ashram Sevagram, where he was told about the Indigo movement started by Gandhiji. The story revolves around the struggle of Gandhi and other prominent leaders in order to safeguard sharecroppers from the atrocities of landlords. Here, sharecroppers means the farmers, and atrocities that means injustice of landlords. Now, let us understand the summary of this chapter. Louis Fisher met Gandhi in 1942 at his ashram in Sevagram. Gandhi told him about how he initiated the departure of the British from India. He recalled that it in 1917, at the request of Rajkumar Shukla, who was a sharecropper from Champaran. Champaran is a district in Bihar. He visited the place. Gandhi had gone to Lucknow to attend the annual meeting of Indian National Congress in the year 1960. Now, when Shukla met Gandhiji, Shukla told him that he had come from Champaran to seek his help in order to safeguard the interests of the sharecroppers. Gandhi told him that he was busy, so Shukla accompanied him to various places till he consented to visit Champaran. His firm decision impressed Gandhiji, and he promised him that he would visit Calcutta at a particular date, and then Shukla could come and take him. Now, Shukla met him at Calcutta and they took a train to Patna. Gandhi went to lawyer Rajendra Prasad's house and they waited for him. Rajendra Prasad was out of town, but his servant knew Shukla as a poor farmer who used to worry their master to help the sharecroppers. So they let him stay on the ground with his company Gandhi, who they thought was also a farmer and an untouchable, and therefore they did not allow Gandhiji to draw water from the well. Then, in order to grab complete knowledge of the situation, he reached Muzaffarpur on 15th April 1917. He was welcomed by Professor J.P. Kriplani and his students. Now, Gandhiji was surprised to see the immense support for an advocate of home rule like him. He also met some lawyers who were already handling cases of sharecroppers. As per the contract, 15% of the peasants' land holding was to be reserved for cultivation of indigo, the crop of which was given to the landlord as rent. This system was very oppressive. Now here most of the agricultural land in Champaran was owned by Englishmen. Englishmen that means Britishers, and Indian farmers worked as tenants. Tenants that means farmers, and peasants also means a farmer, and grew indigo. They were forced to grow 15% of the farm with indigo and give the harvest as a rent to the English owners as a long term contract. But on hearing about synthetic indigo being produced in Germany, the English owners forced the farmers to pay them compensation for being released from their sharecropping agreement. The illiterate farmers came to know about the synthetic indigo, demanded their money back. Some farmers were able to keep lawyers while the English landlords hired thugs. Now, when Gandhiji reached Champaran and managed to get the facts, Gandhiji wanted to help the sharecroppers. So he visited British Landlord Association, but he was not given any information because he was an outsider. He then went to Commissioner of Tirhad Division, who threatened Gandhi and asked him to leave Tirhad. Now, instead of returning, he went to Motihari. Here, he started gathering complete information about the Indigo contract. He was accompanied by many lawyers. One day, as he was on his way to meet a peasant who was maltreated by the indigo planters, maltreated that means was tortured by planters that means landlords. He was stopped by the police superintendent's messenger, who served him a notice asking him to leave. Gandhi received the notice but disobeyed the order. Okay, so now a case was filed against him. Many lawyers came to advise him, but when he stressed, they all joined his struggle and even consented to go to jail in order to help the poor peasants. On the day of trial, a large crowd gathered near the court. It became impossible to handle them. Gandhi helped the officer to control the crowd. Gandhi gave his statement that he was not a lawbreaker, but he disobeyed so that he could help the peasants. Now he was granted bail, and later on the case against him was dropped. Gandhi and his associates started gathering all sorts of information related to the Indigo contract and its misuse. Later, a commission was set up to look into the matter. After the inquiry was conducted, the planters were found guilty and were asked to pay back to the peasants. Now, after all this, Gandhiji felt that the Battle of Champaran was won. He divided the group into pairs and put down the order in which each one would court arrest. Gandhi then received a letter from the magistrate informing that the lieutenant government of the provision had dropped the case and civil disobedience had triumphed for the first time in India. So, civil disobedience movement was started in India very first time during this Champaran movement. Accepting refusal, they offered to pay only 25% of the amount. Gandhi accepted this too because he wanted to free the sharecroppers from a binding of the indigo contract. Gandhiji believed that the amount of the refund was less important than the fact that the landlords had to surrender part of their money and their prestige. This built up the courage of the farmers. Later, the British planters abandoned their estates and they were given back to the peasants, and indigo sharecropping ended. Now, Gandhiji wanted to do something about the cultural and the social backwardness that prevailed in the Champaran villages. So, he called for volunteers to help him. He opened 6 schools in Champaran villages, and volunteers like Mahadev Desai, Narhari Parikh, and his son Devdas taught them. Kasturba, the wife of Gandhi, used to teach personal hygiene. Okay, now a peacemaker, Andrew, wanted to volunteer uh, at Champaran ashram, but Gandhi refused as he wanted Indians to learn the lesson of self reliance so that they would not depend on others. Gandhi told the writer that it was Champaran's incident that made him think that he did not need the Britishers' advice while he was in his own country. So here we are completing this chapter. I hope a student you would have understood. Please read out the textbooks carefully. This chapter is very important for your board exam. Thank you.